Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here because it's snowing. It's snowing. I just really want the snow. If you're new here, hi, I am your fellow winter worshipping, actually. I would consider myself a winter worshipper. Welcome to my favorite season. I love the cold, I love the snow, I love the winter, and every year I get the most excited to make my December TBR. Like the December TBR, that is where I need to have it like perfect, down pat. I need to make it the most sparkling, snowy, whimsical, Christmassy, holiday bliss of like an avalanche that I can in book form. So welcome to this attempt for 2023. Specifically this year, it means a lot more to me because I really haven't had like that many 5-star reads, I feel like. So I'm really banking on Christmas to get some 5 stars out. So I have an exclusively like winter themed bookshelf in my office that I just pulled all of these unread books off of. So I'm gonna go through this pile with you and then we're gonna go through the rest. Here is the stack. Can you see me okay? Yeah, it's not too dark. Okay, let's pick the oldest book on here. I don't even know what the oldest book on here is. I think it might be A Winter's Promise by Christelle Dabo. This is book 1. It's beautiful. Like, they're all just so beautiful. And this one feels so nice. So this is translated from the French, and I've been hearing about this for years and years. Some people really like it, some people are quite confused by it, but this is a fantasy where we are all living in like these crystal structures, crystal palaces up in the sky, and we're following Ophelia. Things are going like okay for Ophelia. She possesses the ability to travel through mirrors, which is so cool, and she also has the ability to touch an object and tell you, I think, memories associated with it, where it's been, like the object's history. This all changes for her when she is promised to be married to this, I don't know if he's awful. I don't know if he's awful, if she just doesn't want to. Regardless, his name is Thorn, and he's from a different clan, and he lives on a different arc. So these are called like arcs. And she's like, ah, man, shucks, I don't want to get married. But she finds out that marriage, horrific as it is the least of her problems, because her fiance is hatching this plot. He's got a little egg. He's got an egg. Never mind. She finds herself wrapped up in a plot, and she's like, oh man, I gotta save the world, kind of thing. I really hope it's good. Should I read this? Yes or no? Okay, it looks really cool. It looks really cool. How much it has to do with winter, even though it's called A Winter's Promise? I don't know. You tell me if I've read this. Wait, okay. No, never mind. I just remembered a book I absolutely need to read, but we're not there. Next up, this one I bought really recently. It is Frostheart by Jamie Littler. This is definitely a middle grade. I mean, look at the winter books. You can't argue with me. Actually, you can if you want to, but they just have the most beautiful covers. They really do. They're always so gorgeous. It's so cute. We follow Ash, right? Yes, Ash, yeah. He's far out in the coldest part of the monster-infested snow sea, and he's waiting for his parents. I don't know if they've gone missing, but he's like, oh no, they're gonna come back. Like, they're probably gonna come back for me. They're most definitely gonna come back for me. They're not coming back, Ash. They're not coming back. But he has a grumpy Yeti guardian in his parents' stead, kind of looking after things, taking care of him. The grumpy Yeti, that's what I want to read about. That's really what I want to read about. But he is very quickly taken off of his homeland because he finds out he has powers. There's this ship that shows up called the Frostheart, and he's taken away on a journey. And I wish I could follow him. And it also comes with illustrations, and it looks so cute. I think I might read this in a 24-hour readathon. I don't know. It looks like an ice dragon. The snow hides death. The fire people would claim. One of the many cheerful sayings taught to their children as soon as they were old enough to learn. And with good reason. The snow was a deadly place to be. Ah, it smells so good. Okay, so that is this one. That is Frostheart, absolutely, I think. And then this book I bought in Nova Scotia, and I have been saving it up. It actually seems pretty similar to Frostheart. This is Sky Song. Again, the covers, man. The covers. That's the thing with winter books. I will like buy every single winter. Anything to do with snow. Anything to do with snow, ice, glaciers, winter. Not so much like Christmas, because I don't want to buy like just like family stories around Christmas and family drama. So this is Sky Song by Abby Elphinstone. Again, sorry, I just have to look. Let me know which one's your favorite cover. Let me know. This is, again, we're set in a snowy kingdom of Erkenwald. Whales glide between icebergs. Wolves hunt on the tundra and polar bears roam the glaciers. But the people aren't so easy to find here. We follow Eska and Flint. She breaks free from a cursed music box, and he's a boy whose inventions can change the fate of Erkenwald. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, so that is Sky Song. And then I have just borrowed language the audiobook for The Winter Duke from my library. I bought The Winter Duke, and I don't know if I want to read this myself or listen to the audiobook. This one looks really interesting. It is a fantasy. Her parents and her 12 siblings fall victim to a strange sleeping sickness, and no one can find a cure. So she's the only one left awake, and she inherits the title of Duke, which was supposed to go to her brother. She also gets her brother's fiance. They get married. She gets like all of her brother's belongings, and then she's like, well, what the hell do I do now? My kingdom is frozen. There's weird sea creatures. Underwater Shadow Kingdom. Yes. And then I am very happy to tell you that I will be going to see the Nutcracker, if all goes well, if I don't get sick again like I did last year, because I've never seen the Nutcracker ballet myself. I've never seen it in person, and the Nutcracker is one of my like favorite things ever. So I'm so excited. Last year I also read the Nutcracker by E.T. Hoffman for the first time, and I'm just loving it. Loving everything to do with the Nutcracker. So I wondered if I should like read another Nutcracker retelling. The one I haven't read, because I've read a few now, I would really like to do a reread of Heather Dixon Walwork's The Enchanted Sonata. Is that the best Nutcracker retelling I've ever read? I don't know, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But this one is Hidden Sea by Gregory Maguire. Definitely going to be different in tone and everything. Enchanted Sonata is very much young adult, younger young adult. And this, I'm feeling like it's like pretty literary, I hope. He discovers in the flowering of German Romanticism ties to Hellenic mystery cults a fascination with death and the afterlife, and ponders a profound question: how can a person who is abused by life, shortchanged and challenged, nevertheless access secrets that benefit the disadvantaged and powerless? And when it starts with this many quotes, I just feel like that's how you know, you know. Do you know what it's like to live someplace that loves you back? We have the last one here that I haven't read from that shelf, which is Echo North by Joanna Ruth Meyer. This one is a retelling of East of the Sun, West of the Moon. I'm getting whiter and whiter, aren't I? Again, looks really good. Looks really good. I'm excited. So those are my pile of winter books, but of course you guys know that it's become a tradition on this channel to do a reread of a certain favorite book of mine every year. This will be my third. This is my third or fourth reread. I need to reread A Castle in the Clouds by Kirsten Gier. It has to be done once more. This is a 5-star book for me. Thank you guys. Maybe you're tired of hearing me ramble on about it every single year, but it is just so good. I highly recommend you to read it. It's about this girl who is working at a hotel. She is kind of like an intern-ish. She is graduated. Actually, no, she's like a high school dropout. She doesn't know what she wants to do with her life, and so she goes to work at this very prestigious, like 5-star hotel up in the Swiss Alps, and it is just gloriously charming. It's a mash of everything. It's very Studio Ghibli. There's an orange cat. I'm getting blinded by the snow light today. But yeah, it's a sign. The sun came out for this book. It's so good. I love it. It is so like charming. God, it's so charming. There's so many characters. Can't wait. I always read this in the lead up to Christmas because, like I always say, it's split pretty much between, I don't know how many days before Christmas, and then it also leads into the new year because it follows like a lot of traditional ghost stories and folklore around Christmas and the new year, so which also plays a part in the book. it's very cool. It's very cool. There's a lot going on in the hallways of this hotel. You know how I feel about hotels. This book I love so much because it combines like the two things that I love and obsess over in literature probably the most: hotels and winter. So that's, I mean, yeah, this is just me in a book pretty much. So that is A Castle in the Clouds. Okay, that is everything off of that shelf. Been rambling on for a while now, so let's go explore the rest of this month's TBR. So, as you know, or maybe as you don't know, but for Game of Tomes, in November and December, Carolyn and I are going to be reading our 2 last picks for this year of Game of Tomes, where we read classic lit and invite you guys to obviously come along and have a great time. And as of right now, I've not read either of the books for November and December, so I'm going to be reading both of them in December. So the first one I ordered because they didn't have it and it came in a couple days ago, and that is Pushkins, Yevgeny Onegin. I know. This is one of Carolyn's favorite books, like ever, of all time. 5 stars for her. So I love this penguin cover. I think it's so beautiful. This whole novel is written in verse, and I don't know too much more about it than that, and that Carolyn absolutely adores this. We follow Eugene. I'm really sorry, I just need to call him Eugene. I know it's Yevgeny. But he's tired of the glitter and glamour of St. Petersburg society. He retreats to the country estate he has recently inherited, and he begins a poet. No, he begins a friendship with a poet. The poet's fiance's sister, Tatiana, becomes infatuated with Eugene. But his cold rejection of her love brings about a tragedy that engulfs them all. So that is our pick for December, but I'm gonna have to get up and get the pick for November, so which is a reread for me as well. The pick for November is 12th Night. I haven't read 12th Night since high school. I didn't like it in high school. If you are reading Shakespeare along with us, I know I've seen a lot of you asking like, what the hell am I reading? How do you cope with the language? What do you do? I will, what's the other book? I don't know where Eugene went, but I am going to be vlogging definitely my experience with both of these. So if you want more of like a review or a reading buddy or something like that, definitely watch out for those vlogs. But that is the other one. So that is 12th Nights. So there you go. I mean, we have Steinbeck's The Winter of Our Discontents. No, not right now. We have Ice. We have Ice. I almost forgot that I owned this. This is Ice by Anna Kavan. Wow, I really want to read this. This is dystopian, and like I've kind of been rocked to my core by 1984, and I don't know if I want to put this on this year. This is about this man who's living in a dystopian world where the ice is a very malignant force, and it comes and it covers the land. But in this world, he sees like this girl that he's following across the ice. She's very enigmatic. He can't seem to catch a glimpse of her. Is she a mirage? Is she a hallucination? Yeah, through this bleached, devastated world, one man pursues the sylph-like, silver-haired girl he loves as she keeps running away from her husband, away from the sinister warden who seeks to control her, away from him. It's a raw, brutal tale set in a frozen post-nuclear dystopia. I think this will be a very different read for me when it comes to winter and snow and ice. I think it's going to be so good. I bought this on so many of your recommendations, so thank you. Should I read it this year? I don't know. It's like 1984 was so much and like affected me so much. Should I get into ice? Maybe. The TBRs, especially like the very seasonal ones, they're more of like a mood board. Really more like guidelines, if you know what I'm saying. Midwinter Murder by Agatha Christie. I just read Three Blind Mice from this collection. I found this at a garage sale, and I did just try to solve it with my brother. If you want to check out that video, it's very fun. But there's a bunch of other stories in here, like The Chocolate Box, The Clergyman's Daughter, The Plymouth Express. They're all like centered around winter and stuff like that. There's one called Christmas Adventure, so I don't know if I want to read any more of these super soon, especially because I'm a bit tired of doing like solely Agatha Christie. I really want to branch out and try to solve other authors' mysteries, so if you have any recommendations, please let me know. I know there's a couple Japanese authors who you guys have recommended to me who do really fantastic mysteries, and you said they would be good to solve, so let me know. But if you're looking for like, you know, mystery, spooky Christmas. You guys also told me to read Little Women in December around Christmas. What else did I do? Oh, I actually just checked out the book, the audiobook for Wayward, so maybe we'll see how that goes if I like the audiobook narrator. Oh, Snow Country, I would love to read again, for sure. Burial Rites would be good. This one's set in Iceland. I miss Iceland. Yes! Oh no! Both of these! Okay, we have Under the Glacier, which I also bought in Iceland by Laxness. Really wanting to read this one. This one is about a priest who gets sent to like figure out what the hell is going on with this community of people who are living under a glacier, and they've just kind of lost it a little bit. And then this is The Quiet Music of Gently Falling Snow. This one I can absolutely read. It is a gorgeous book. Beautifully illustrated, and it's just like stories set to her art essentially, so absolutely going on the list. Definitely potentially Under the Glacier. Okay, from the romance shelf I definitely have, is it one or two? I think it's two up. Oh no, wait, I have a lot. Okay, this one I got in Nova Scotia as well. That is Cinder Nanny. And then we also have The Winter Duke. This one I most want to read because I have heard so many good things about this that it's like ridiculous. Like so many people are like, this is so good. And then we also have Wicked Deeds on a Winter's Night. What is going on? The book that I absolutely freaked out about at the beginning of this video that I like remembered that I need to read is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. This one is like so this is like #1 priority probably now that I've remembered this, because when I bought this I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a nice, oh my god, it's this one I bought in the spring and I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be a really good summer read, and all of you were like, no, you need to read it in the winter. Yeah, winter sunshine, sharp-tongued and footnoted academia full of field trips and grumpy romance. Yes, especially because Heather Fawcett has been like a new discovery for me this year. I read Ember, what am I saying? I read An Ember in the Ashes. Loved it. 5-star, another wintry one, and now I need to read Encyclopedia of Fairies. This is the problem with hoarding so many winter books, is that when it comes to winter, like my decision making is just so hard. We have A Single Thread of Moonlight. Again, Alazzo. Want to read. These are nonfiction. I've been really reading a lot, like kind of a ton of nonfiction this year. So we have one about Antarctica by Sarah Wheeler, and then we have one about Wandering Among the High Alps by Sir Alfred Wills. Both of these, okay, this book is really, it's a little nasty, but it's okay. So I think I'm gonna start the TBR off by reading 12th Night. I'm not excited for 12th Night. I don't know. I really hope I can get into it. I really hope I do. So I'm gonna start off with this guy, and then I think I just absolutely, like I said, want to get to Emily Wilde. Yeah, just really a lot. I didn't say too much of what this is about, but we're following this girl who studies fairies, and it's like light academia with some academic rivals to lovers, I think. I love that trope. I love that trope so much. Lucifer is here too. He's been taking a nap in the middle of the TBR pile. So I think him and I are gonna wish you a very fond evening of reading, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave your TBR below, because clearly, as you can see, I don't have enough winter books, right? So until the next one, do you want to say ciao? Thank you. Okay. Ciao.